Intelligent, agile, calculating, and affectionate. To most, these are characteristics of someone we would be proud to call a companion. With a reputation like that, you would think, what a person. But it's not a person I'm describing. Confused? Here's a hint. I have whiskers and I'm known to purr. Yes, it's a cat I'm talking about. Felis catus. Frankie is my cat's name. I adopted her, much to my husband's disliking. Hesitant and scared, it was obvious that Frankie's transition into our home was going to be a tough one. Most of us here are cat owners, and we can all admit that there's a lot involved in introducing a cat into our home. Centuries ago, domesticating cats was a foreign idea. What circumstances brought humans and felines together, from predator to household pet? Surely the transition wasn't easy. We've all come to love our pint-sized fur babies, but where do they come from? The domesticated cat's ancestry, what comes from Wildcats magazine, tells us that the most direct ancestors to the household cat is the African wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica. Believed to have been born from other feline subspecies 131,000 years ago, this desert cat's coat ranges from sandy brown to a yellowish gray with a distinct black stripe wrapping around its tail, which is approximately 15 inches long. Its body length ranges anywhere from 17.7 to 29.5 inches at maximum weight of 14.3 pounds. The African wildcat's diet primarily consists of mice, rats, and other small mammals. Occasionally, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and even insects will fall victim to this hungry cat. It's known for being most active during the night, where the darkness aids in its hunting effort. Although African wildcats were completely independent, food can become scarce in the African desert. And nearby ancient Egyptian settlements provided protection from larger predators. It wasn't long before these wildcats were seen in Egyptian settlements, hunting, taking shelter, and scavenging for leftovers after the feast. Ancient Egyptians soon ran into a problem that only a cat could solve. It seemed that humans needed cats, and cats more than they needed us. Owners of local markets began to notice that their mice, rats, and snakes eating away at their grain supply. Although dogs had long been domesticated by the Egyptians, canines didn't really provide the pest control that they needed. There seemed to be loss of hope for the settlers and their grain until they learned that cats preyed on all the vermin that had been threatening their grain. Egyptians began to leave out food, such as fish heads, as a means to invite cats into their homes and marketplaces. In return for ridding the town of pests, cats were welcomed into homes and allowed to nurse their kittens in safety. These wildcat cats' diets changed dramatically. They went from hunting for their survival to being provided food from loving owners, and Egyptians had the utmost respect for their tactful feline friends, and soon a bond was created that Egyptians would depict in art, monuments, and even religion. In 2000 BC, Egyptians did not distinguish between wild cats and domestic cats anymore. All cats were simply called moi, or moot, which was believed to be a term derived from the sound cats make, meow. Today's cats are America's second most popular pet, freshwater fish coming in first. According to the 2012 Pet Owner Survey conducted by the American Pet Products Association, there are 95.8 million domesticated cats that live in American homes. In a study shown by the Humane Society of the United States, 34% of Americans own one or more cats. In today's society, cats are just as good of a companion as they were in 2000 BC, but pet owner standards have changed over the years. According to the Humane Society of the United States, 91% of household cats are spayed or neutered. Spayed meaning the ovario hysterectomy of female cats, neutered meaning its castration of male cats. This is done in an effort to control domestic and stray cat population. In addition to that, many Americans declaw their cats. Declawing is done to prevent household cats from scratching up furniture and done as precaution to prohibit accidents between cats and young children. Some argue that declawing a cat is inhumane due to the fact that it's described to be like cutting off each and every one of your fingertips. But these are just examples of how the standards for a household cat has changed since they were first introduced as pets. They went from starving and trying to find their food to now we put it in little cans with fish, chicken, and liver, and playing with toys that we make. But they still seem to be just like they were 2,000 years or so ago. Okay. As independent as cats may be, they felt the need to depend on ancient Egyptian settlements for protection from the elements and as a source of food when prey was scarce. With the pest problems Egyptians had with their homes and markets, they were more than happy to welcome these wild felines into their lives. And so, a symbiotic relationship was born. Today, not much has changed between mankind and their feline counterparts. Domesticating cats wasn't intentional, but it was beneficial to both humans and cats. Sort of a I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of relationship. So cuddle up with your cat tonight, and remember, time spent with your cat is never time wasted. Thank you.
Why am I the only one that ever clapped?
I don't know.